Good morning. This is my three thought video for today. I'm in Exodus chapter 37. The buds and the branches were all of one piece with the lampstand hammered out of pure gold. And obviously, we're talking about an article that was in the tabernacle, a lampstand, right? In the tabernacle, supposed to have lots of lights. It's got um, little oil cups that are filled with oil and incense, and then they make a little light, and it's got lots and lots of little like candles all over it. But it said it's got the lampstand and the branches and the cups are all made from one piece and all out of pure gold, hammered all out of one piece. And I guess the thought that I have is that we are emanating the life of God as we're emanating his love and his kindness, his mercy, his grace, and all hammered. And hammer just speaks of trouble and difficulty and the life that we live. But it is beautiful. It is shining light on a dark world. That's my thought from there. In Psalms 88, verse 12, are your wonders known in the places of darkness, or your righteous deeds in the land of oblivion? And he's talking about death, right? Is the work of God known in after life, after death, after we, and of course he's struggling because he feels like that's where he's headed. He's dying and trouble is everywhere, and he's almost ironically saying to God, are you going to let me die? Because what good happens there? And I think we want to glorify God in the one life we have. I heard my pastor say that several times in his service the other day. Is like, we have one life. There's just one life. Let's use it to glorify God as often as we can, because once we pass on to the other side, there's not going to be this opportunity to glorify God in this world. I don't know what it'll be in the next life, but moving on to Mark chapter 5, verse 36. It's a story about Jairus, the leader of the synagogue, comes to Jesus and says, "My daughter is sick and dying. Come and lay hands on her, and she'll live," and heal her. And Jesus goes, and on the way there's the woman that touches the hem of his garment and is cleaned. Big throng of people all around. And then she says, I just thought if I could touch you, I'd be all right. And he says, go and be clean. Your faith has made you whole. And then someone comes and tells Jairus, hey, your daughter's died. Don't bother the teacher anymore. And Jesus says to Jairus, Jesus, your daughter is dead. They said, why bother the teacher anymore? Ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, don't be afraid, just believe. He turns to Jairus and says, I'm just ignoring them. I'm not paying attention to them. I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, don't be afraid, just believe. And I think this is one of those verses where I'm excited to talk about it, because Jesus is saying, don't look at the evidence that's around you. Don't be afraid. Ignore what you're seeing. Don't be afraid. Don't think worst case scenario. This is how it's going to feel. This is what I'm going to experience if my daughter's dead. Stop fearing the unknown, uncertainty, what you can't see, what you don't know. Let that fear go and believe. God is going to be with you and in you and through you. God is going to do amazing things. Stop looking at just the evidence and just what you see, and don't listen to the detractors and don't listen to the lies. Just trust God. That's going to be great. That's all for today.